probably catch a case. Yeah, finna blow detonate. But my niggas on, can't deactivate. Focus on the money, can I deviate? And now I got the juice, had to concentrate.
Everything gameplay chess. Ain't got no time being so vexed. Life is good, happiness. You know what she need when nothing is wet. Everything good, gameplay chess. Ain't got no time being so vexed. Life is good, happiness. You know what she need when nothing is wet.
Yeah, she got the juice and concentrate. Made the lemonade like a every day. That's the squirt on my dog, no ketchup. My DJ made another one and that's no mustard. This that grapefruit pie, yeah, I been the dime. Looking alias, that's a coupon. Fuck you, me, not the discount, but you dismiss. Keep your distance if you don't fuck with this. This a gift, bitch, no Christmas, bitch. I buy the what you say, wings and some chicks. Whipped cream, you can put that on my dick. Party and shit, while we watch Netflix. Had that long week, I was up for work. Get on top, bitch, go ahead put some work. I had a long week, yeah, I want for work. Get on top of this, go ahead put some work.
Everything gameplay chess. Ain't got no time being so vexed. Life is good, happiness. You know what she need when nothing is wet. Everything good, gameplay chess. Ain't got no time being so vexed. Life is good, happiness. You know what she need when nothing is wet.
I could do better. No reason for you to tell me so. I know, I know, I know. I know, I know, I know. I could do better. No reason for you to tell me so. I know, I know, I know. I know, I know. Double it back, double it back, double it back, flip it and double it, flip it and double it back, double it back, double it back, double it, flip it and double it back, 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 double it, flip it and double it back, triple the stack, quadruple the racks, count my packs, money intact. I'm speaking of facts. Nigga don't ever relax. Money to make, nigga cannot relapse. Two being broke again, nigga had two overcoming, achieving a dad. Now I fumble the pack, bitch, and I'm a league and fumble the sack. Running it back, running and checking, I heard me, can I collapse? Remember the fallout, niggas did me dirty, now I'm spinning the caps. Remember what's all out, niggas ain't help me, now I'm up on the map. Double it back, triple the stack, quadruple the racks. You know where we at, my team intact. I move with the pack. Nigga don't ever be slacking. Money to make, nigga cannot be lacking. Used to be working that late, but now my bitch only one putting that back in. I'ma be frank, fuck with me wrong, chopper right under the sink. Get it and go to your crib, muzzle flash, don't in the plane. Money glowing like kryptonite currently. Should've vested in cryptocurrency, should've vested in Uber stock. Lift the gun, make the drop, goddamn. Double it back, double it back, double it back. Flip it and double it, flip it and double it back, double it back, double it back, double it, flip it and double it back, 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 double it, flip it and double it. Get the money. Get the money. But she hit the floor, but she know that. Get the money. Pull up to the scene, know I got it. Get that money. All up with the green and the profit. Get that money. Watch it go to work, ain't no stop. Get that money. Chillin' with the team, but you know it. Get that money. When they hit the club and I throw it. Get that money. Double in the stats, but you know it. Get that money.
pussy popping on the powder.
That money.
Bills gotta be paid, I ain't mad shit.
That money.
Say the bill paid, I ain't mad that shit.
That money.
Got no time for the rhythm being let out.
That money.
No hand up, my hand is on the back.
That money.
Say no hand up, my hand is on the back.
That money.
Clock in the turn around and clock out there.
That money.
Great Apes and Barbarian gang quickly.
That money.
Put the family feud to the side.
That money.
Drop a job, stick in the back, they drop the
That money.
strip club, pussy popping on the pole.
That money.
Strip club, pussy popping on the pole.
Get that money.
But she hit the floor, but she know that.
That money.
Pull up to the scene, know I got it.
That money.
All about the green and the profit.
That money.
Watch you work, ain't no stop.
Get that money.
Chillin' with the team, but you know it.
That money.
When they hit the club and I throw it.
That money.
Double in the stats, but you know I.
That money.
Double in the stats, but you know I.
Get that money.
I'm alive, yeah, nigga, I'm alive. Try to take me out, we commit homicides. Hey, I'm alive, hey, hey, I'm alive. Yeah, I'm alive, hey, hey, I'm alive. Yeah, I'm alive, yeah, nigga, I'm alive. Don't be mad, cause I'm your dad and I fuck your mama right. Hey, I'm alive, hey, hey, I'm alive. Yeah, I'm alive, hey, hey, I'm alive.
Met this interview that asked me so many questions. Like, what's it like to be an ape? So many blessings. And what's it like to be a great? So many stresses. I seen so many stresses. I'm not applying no pressure. And I don't even rap. I just hit record. Pick up the pen when I'm bored. Pick up the pen and we on. Pick up the sin and we gone. Like the lights just went out.
But it's okay.
Cause it's dark, I've been bout. These nights I've been out. Before I knew clout. We've been ballin' since NSYNC them. Y'all just met up, we'd been synced in. I got a sweet tooth done synced in. All these beats though, what's the cheat code? Lyrics typed up, this say beast mode. Y'all been hyped up, need to pipe down. Call me East Coast, long live black and brown.
I'm alive, yeah, nigga, I'm alive. Try to take me out, we commit homicides. Hey, I'm alive, hey, hey, I'm alive. Yeah, I'm alive, hey, hey, I'm alive. Yeah, I'm alive, yeah, nigga, I'm alive. Don't be mad, cause I'm your dad and I fuck your mama right. Hey, I'm alive, hey, hey, I'm alive. Yeah, I'm alive, hey, hey, I'm alive.
I'm alive, think I'm Frankenstein. Whoa, I'm in my zone, but out my mind. Whoa, dreads dropping like a power line. Yeah, I'm in my mood, never off my grind. No, all about the beef, I'm really fuck with swine. Assalamu alaikum, hello, doing fine. Whoa, main bitch will always be that Caroline. I'ma rip my city to that hope decline. Spit that dopamine flow, alkaline. My niggas genuine, y'all be asinine. Got my asinine, stainless steel design. I be dropping nukes, take your eye down. Ain't with the cap, I'm just coolin'. Got no time to talk, keep it moving. La 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 with that bullshit. La 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 with that bullshit.
I'm alive, yeah, nigga, I'm alive. Try to take me out, we commit homicides. Hey, I'm alive, hey, hey, I'm alive. Yeah, I'm alive, hey, hey, I'm alive. Yeah, I'm alive, yeah, nigga, I'm alive. Don't be mad, cause I'm your dad and I fuck your mama right. Hey, I'm alive, hey, hey, I'm alive. Yeah, I'm alive, hey, hey, I'm alive. I'm alive, yeah, nigga, I'm alive. I ain't gotta ask my niggas, I know they ride or die. Yeah, they loyal to the end, they never switching sides. It's gonna be some puny pickle peppers getting big tonight. I can get you what you want, baby. And I ain't talking no croissant, baby. I know exactly what the ladies like. Forever racking up the dub, so ain't some more tonight. I'ma keep it going, oh yeah. To the early morning, oh yeah. Let's get it on to the break of dawn before I yawn, oh yeah. This what it does, oh yeah. It's in my blood, oh yeah. We having fun, we never done to be a buck, oh yeah. I've been flossing and I know you see.
I don't think you honest when you say you don't want beef. You so sick the flu be catching you. But I know one thing, I'ma vaccinate that attitude. I'm alive, yeah, nigga, I'm alive. Try to take me out, we commit homicides. Hey, I'm alive, hey, hey, I'm alive. Yeah, I'm alive, hey, hey, I'm alive. Yeah, I'm alive, yeah, nigga, I'm alive. Don't be mad, cause I'm your dad and I fuck your mama right. Hey, I'm alive, hey, hey, I'm alive. Yeah, I'm alive, hey, hey, I'm alive. Yeah.
Popping with the lights. Get my money right. Get it back my mind right. Nigga gone out of sight. I be vibing with the lights. Pour up, drinking right. Had a Dr. pour lights.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Great Apes Cafe. Going live and direct. We have a special guest today. Before I introduce the special guest, this is the return of Camboi. Before we actually go over that, I want everybody to introduce themselves. So, who are you?
Token.
He smacked this
Smacked
us for
Maybe like a name, where you're from, and like a hobby.
hobby, right?
Favorite hobby.
Smack.
Facts.
Oh, I'm anonymous, so how y'all doing tonight?
I'm Cameron Smith, otherwise known as Camboi Smif.
Oh, that was short. My name is Tay. I'm out here fighting for the people, you know.
Fighting for the people. And we're going to talk about the artistry. My homeboy done dropped a project. I heard it's fucking fire. Unfortunately, I have not heard it yet. I heard he dropped a fucking album. And I want to ask him some questions about that. What the fuck you been up to, man? Shit.
Yeah, working on this project, finishing that up. I've been doing comedy more lately, and started working at a pizza restaurant again.
Oh shit.
Yep.
We find out somebody got the pizza skills on deck. It might be a challenge.
I'm not good at my job.
I mean, hey, look, I can't. FYI, I do not know how to make pizza. All right.
Hey, I used to be in fucking pizza.
Now you see that nigga on the commercial.
Yeah. From the box. I used to be in there.
Fire Matrix.
That's crazy.
That is, huh?
That is crazy.
Hey, I used to get fussed up by my boss. I used to put extra sauce. He'd be like, "Man, too much damn sauce." I mean,
Since we talking about sauce, I heard your project was sauce though. Like, how many tracks? What the fuck? When they drop? What's going on?
23 tracks. It dropped last week, and I had been working on it since like September. And I know like you haven't heard this one, but you've heard like a little bit of my other stuff, and you know like what it's usually like. This one.
What's the name?
I don't feel well. I need attention.
I don't feel well.
Yeah.
I like long names like that.
Yeah.
I fucks with that.
And this one's a bit different because a lot of it, like a large portion of it, isn't rap. So there's like kind of a lot of genre bending stuff. There's like kind of a like rock section and like an 80s synthwave sort of section.
Okay, I'll fucks with that.
Yeah, I'm doing a lot more singing on it, and I'm still not particularly good at singing, but like I was like giving it my best.
You can't go wrong with synthwave, first of all.
Yeah.
That,
I really like the 80s like aesthetic.
Oh fuck yeah! I think about like Stranger Things. It's facts. That's synthwave in this prime, like So
yeah,
23 fucking tracks.
Yeah.
So how long like is the project? Like how many?
It's an hour and 15 minutes.
I fucks with it.
Oh yo.
I mean, I drive 18 wheelers for a living. I can listen to the whole fucking thing.
That's something a ride to,
Yeah.
None of that short album shit. I don't like that short album shit.
Nah, that
Yeah, I definitely. I mean, like I fuck with both, but I definitely feel like if it's like an album, like a good ass album is a good length of time. Like,
Right.
you know, kind of around.
I want to be able
hour
to sit
range.
down, drink,
Yeah.
smoke my cigars.
Yeah.
I can't smoke my cigar in 30 minutes. Be mad as hell.
I mean, you can, but you over there puffing, puffing that shit.
Plot twist, can I say something? A lot of people don't know the difference from an EP and an album.
Yes.
An album does not require good production. It's just a time difference. An EP is less than 30 minutes. An album is more than 30 minutes. Simple as that.
Do you
It's
agree?
just a time
Yeah,
difference.
yeah. You know, and I mean, I was actually gonna say too, like, I feel like the shorter albums that like a lot of people are doing. I mean, I know that like the marketing reason is because people's attention spans are dog shit.
Yeah.
yeah.
But like when even these albums that are like barely over 30 minutes, to me they just feel like a little bit longer EP. You know, it's like I think once you pass, if you're to me, it still feels like an EP if it's like under 45 minutes, and then once you surpass 45 minutes, that's when you're getting
Well, Daytona
to
wasn't
that
that
album feel.
that long, was it?
Yeah, facts.
And I love that album actually, so I can't say I hate it, but that album was pretty straight for the duration of it.
But that Daytona stuck to the classic verse hook concept.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why it sound like, you know, it's supposed to be right there.
This
Homeboy just farted again. DJ done farted a fucking again.
But that album and a lot of the albums like that Kanye was releasing and like producing around that time, like they feel like they're like all 7 tracks, right?
Oh yeah,
Like,
oh yeah.
And so they all kind of felt like like slightly longer EPs.
Yeah, oh yeah. Even if and it was short too.
Yeah,
That's the
they were
crazy
good
part.
EPs, you know.
Yeah.
But like,
Oh, yeah.
facts.
but I guess technically
Something I ain't
not
mind spending my
EPs.
money on. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So my question is, what merchandise you have, like with your project? I saw on IG. First of all, this man had like CDs.
Yeah.
He's back, bringing back the physical, tangible copies. I
You in
fuck
the
with
barbershop and shit.
Yeah.
CD.
I do have the physical CDs. I have posters with like just the album art on it without like the text. And I have some shirts too. Like I just ordered some more of the shirts. I don't know.
that. I want a shirt.
Yeah. Okay.
Why I ain't got a shirt? Where do I buy the shirt at?
Yeah, it's like a really soft black shirt with like my cartoon face on it, and then like a gold chain, and it just has like the Camboi signature on it. It's
I think I saw some like cartoonish too somewhere on your IG.
The last album I put out was last May. That was the Bad Boy album, and the cover for that is like a cartoon.
That's fire. I fuck with
That's
that.
something I miss though, like buying an album and seeing a work of art on the cover. Like that's really missed.
It's tangible. Like when you really see something that you have, because digital is like easy, you know. Yeah. When you physically like can pick up, like, oh wait a minute, you can hold it. It's like you more accomplished. You feel more accomplished about it.
I've only
Do you think so? Because you artist.
CD, bro, in my entire life.
Oh hell no.
Slipknot. Shout out to Slipknot.
Slipknot. I said that was
I
a Slipknot.
never listened to it, bro, because fucking I had like time on the cable and shit. You know they got like music choice and shit and on demand shit. So I ain't never.
I bought one.
Digital is like coming in ways, but yeah, now I'm starting to enjoy like the art of like just having a CD and shit. Like AJ, that nigga. Shout out to AJ. That nigga got. That's all that nigga listen to is CDs.
CDs, yeah. CDs is fire.
That's why I bought one of the little record players. I like getting a little.
The record player, that's even more.
Yeah.
You get a different texture.
Yeah,
like they hold a little, like you put that little drop, that needle, that little. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's different. Oh fuck yeah. I can't wait till I get to that when I grow up and actually drop like that. You know what I mean? So that I can have a texture to it. Oh man. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's fire though. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. You got T-shirts too and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely want that T-shirt.
And the album art for the Bad Boy CD is really funny because like the whole case, it's like the front has like the cartoon cover, and then the back, because like the whole thing on Bad Boy album is like I'm like doing this ridiculous pocket of the character where it's like I'm pretending to be like a middle school child who's like smoking cigarettes and doing drugs and murdering people but like trying to make it like a silly thing, and then a lot of it too I'm like intentionally not rhyming on a lot of it to like make it sound dumb, but so on the back it's the track list and then a bunch of cigarette butts, and then you like open up the thing and then the disc is made out of like marijuana buds, and then behind it is just like a pile of pills.
Oh damn.
And then in the panel art on the left it's just fucking a spoonful of heroin and a needle.
Heroin and a needle.
So for people like me who
pills and potions, literally.
Yeah. So for people like me who live on a rock, like where can I find your music at?
It's all online, like on Spotify and like YouTube, Apple Music, anywhere like you can stream music. It's on there.
Okay.
But yeah, the physical CDs, I'm just like,
we got to start promoting this.
Yeah.
Get you out there.
I do a really bad job. I feel like I'm really creatively productive, but like when it comes to the marketing, I'm awful. I just don't even want to fucking do it. I hate it.
That's what the
same here.
Comes in.
That's same here. I don't.
Yeah, exactly.
That's actually aggravating the promotion. It's like gotta promote.
That's because you're not a people. That's because you're not a people person.
I'm a people person indeed. It's just that the promoting, like, can we just be artists and just do art? You know what I mean? Yeah. And let people actually listen to it instead of promoting.
Nigga, no, you're gonna sign autographs. You're gonna go out there and speak to the people. You're gonna be a puppet, nigga.
Disagree. But I would say, what inspired you to make this project? Like sonically, I know you said you got some sync wave in it, but sonically, what is the message what makes this project so different from the ones you made before?
Oh yeah, well we can get into that. So like I started this back around September, and I had just moved out, or the month prior, like the beginning of August. I had just moved out of my grandma's apartment where she had a brain aneurysm in front of me and then died like a month later. Shit. So and then also like my dad died last year.
I heard about that. I'm sorry to hear that.
So it's just kind of like a weird, and it was my grandma, my dad's side of the family, and like those people never really, or I haven't really been involved with that side of the family for most of my life. So it was this weird thing where it was like it was kind of two crazy, significant deaths, but also I wasn't like very close with that family.
Right.
So it was this weird thing. It was like should I be feeling way more traumatized by this? And I was like, no, this was disturbing, but I feel okay. And then I had moved downtown into a house with some friends, and I was there, and I've been on this thing the past 3 years of like trying to not drink or smoke, or like my main thing was pot. Like I fucking love weed. I became I became like just testing them. I got to a point where I was like super dependent on weed, like to do anything creative. It was like I could do it without it, but I just felt so much
complacent
more comfortable. Yeah. And I have like my theory.
Like the key to like just any type of drug is microdosing it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I think that's the thing is moderation. You know, that's kind of the key.
That's with
and,
everything.
And what I've kind of
everything,
figured out
moderation.
in the past 3 years of like experimenting like with moderation is like, oh, I'm a person that I either have to be balls to the wall doing it all the time or none at all. And that's because I can't do moderation. It throws off my balance. I'm either really good at being all the way in, just being a complete like wake and bake stoner, or I can just be dead ass sober.
Yeah.
And I mean, I feel like, and this is one thing that makes the project significant. This is the first music project, or maybe even creative project I've done in a very long time where I've just been dead ass sober.
That's lit.
That's different.
That's for real.
Very
a lot of music now.
Was
is
it hard at first?
Niggas
Like,
being
'cause
smacked on this track,
yeah.
bro.
So was it hard at first to?
No, it was hard. It was hard when I tried before. So what happened that made like this sobriety I'm in different is right around this 1 month into moving downtown, I was still kind of smoking weed occasionally. Like I had gone
Occasionally.
I had gone back
it'd be
into
like
it. Like I took 9 months off before and I got back into it. Made Cambronavirus. Like it was a 7-track album. So like the
Cambronavirus.
the first week of lockdowns, I made 7 tracks in 7 days. It was Cambronavirus. That's on all those platforms too. That one's worth checking out. And then, and I was like blazed during that. Like I'm fucking stoned. And then I quit again for maybe like a week. And then I was like, no, I'm gonna make this other album. And I did Bad Boy like in a month, like a 14-track album. Blazed out of my mind, and then I like quit again, started back, quit again, started back, and this was kind of all over summer. And then like August came, I moved into this house, and I was like doing it like just a little bit. Like I was like, yeah, maybe I'll quit tomorrow. I just like wasn't putting a date on it anymore, and I was kind of just lingering, knowing like I do want to stop, but I don't know when I'm gonna. And then suddenly. And I've never been like a one-hit guy. I've always been like, I want to clear the whole fucking bowl. I want to smoke a gram blunt to the face, you know, like, and
I felt that.
And so then suddenly,
let me get an L, not no paper plane.
Yeah, but suddenly I was taking one hit. Didn't matter who I was with, whose weed I was smoking. Like consistently, 15, 20 times in a row, one hit, I would immediately go into like this crazy panic attack where I thought I was having a heart attack.
Oh
for
my
real. And it was consistent every time.
Is that a side effect of fucking COVID, bro?
No, that's just that was his psyche.
No,
I'm actually.
You haven't smoked for that long, so therefore when you stop.
Honestly, the
smoking,
only reason I say that is because I know
like
like stoners and shit. They've been smoking for fucking
without
ever, and then COVID hit, and then. What you just said, that same shit happened to me. But I was doing like dabs, fucking acid, but I had to stop. Nigga, I had to stop that shit. No.
That's a whole
I
nother.
don't do that shit no more, bro. I
Acid
ain't did that shit in a year and a
I
half.
know some
bro.
friends who got
But
permafried,
okay,
so
when
be
you
careful.
were
Acid.
sick, when you were sick, did you smoke? Did you do any of that shit in the process of you being sick?
I was smoking.
How much? Were you smoking this? How you usually?
I was
smoke?
doing dabs day to night.
Day to night.
Day to
Or
night.
anything else?
I was going.
I was doing
to
acid
my room
occasionally.
until I got high.
Like it wasn't often, like all the time. Like
I was, and then I stopped because I was like, "Yo, this shit gonna fuck me up over time." But I'm saying, like, what besides me, just like all the people I know that are like stoners, bro, they have said that same shit. Like they get into like this panic mode and shit, bro. Like,
And
that was that your cutoff? Like after you had that
everybody
panic attack?
honestly,
Well, no, so this
the
like
panic attacks do. I can honestly say I can see that. I can see where you're coming from with the panic attacks.
Yeah.
Being nervous, you know what I'm saying? Like you just having, anxiety because of what you just experienced.
Right, so, I
Really
mean,
trauma, like
yeah.
But
Well, I
it's,
mean,
like,
I've
random though.
right.
it
Well,
is, but it just depends on what triggers a person. That's anybody. Everybody has random shit. They go on
Facts.
themselves,
Right.
so.
Well, what was so strange about this is like I've had my fair share of like the years of smoke pot of like you have like a sudden paranoid episode, maybe you get like kind of an anxiety episode, but this was like immediate one hit, immediately sent into like, and I didn't think they were panic attacks at first. I was like,
it
I
just
thought I
happened.
was really stressing out because oh my
Yeah.
god, my heart is about to explode. Like, and I would just the rest of my high would be awful until I went to sleep, woke
You
up,
having
and then
heart
in the morning,
palpitations, like,
yeah.
like I know what I know.
That sound like
exactly
heart
what you're
palpitations.
talking
Oh, yeah.
about.
And in the
because I've experienced that too. That's why I quit smoking for a long time. For
Yeah.
a good time. Like I'm talking about stoner type shit too, but I don't smoke how I used to smoke.
I think when I quit,
Like that, I know.
I was in the
that's
shower
love.
one time,
I'm
and I was
wet.
high, and it felt like 5
Pause.
seconds went by, And I couldn't remember the 5 seconds. I said, "Oh yeah, ain't no more weed for me." I was freaked out. I said, "Yo, what happened in 5 seconds?" I jumped out the shower. I said, "Oh shit, I'm about to die."
That's that Doctor Who shit.
Yeah, so I
Doctor
feel.
Who.
What happened in 5
But
seconds?
before we get any further, I just want to ask, like, during this pandemic, everybody was just down about it and was just like, you know, this is the worst thing that can happen. Do you think this was the best thing that can happen to you, where you was locked into your music and that was the only thing you could do? You couldn't go out really.
Yeah.
So you just had to sit there and.
I mean, yeah, certainly there's a lot of like negative things to say about the whole pandemic, but like I feel like I really was appreciative of the being forced to be locked down and like having all this like time, and also like when being on unemployment for a large portion of that, being financially fine on top of having all this time to work on music projects. And
that's different. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was about to say like that.
But actually, those first two I mentioned, I was not getting unemployment yet, so I made those while I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to like eat.
The light's gonna be on tomorrow,
Yeah.
but hey.
Well, do you think, and as artists, everybody in this room is basically an artist except for Tayshawn? He will be soon. He just don't know it yet. But do you think that? And this is a question. This is a question for
Poco, a little bit.
It's a question for Camboi, but it's also a question for everybody else. But do you think artists depend on drugs or some form of substance too much to create their music?
I do think that happens far too often, and I think that there is this narrative around like drug use for creative people that like enforces and makes it hard for creative people to believe that they can stop using drugs and continue doing what they're doing. And I also think that there, on top of that, is this narrative that like, you know, the best artists are the artists that are really suffering. And
it is that. It is that. I believe that. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if I don't believe that I believe that beautiful art can certainly come out of suffering, but I don't think that that is necessary.
No, it's not. No.
And I think it's quite a bit harder to be in this place where you're not suffering and still be legitimately creative. It takes an insane level of like focus, passion, and like dedication when you are okay to still be that into your art, because it's kind of like the suffering person is really great with their art and passionate about it because it's easily the best thing in their life.
Oh yeah.
Where if your life is good outside of the art, you know, it's hard to feel motivated to hyper focus on something that otherwise probably doesn't even seem worth your time.
Right. You right. Yeah. I agree.
But a lot of times artists are living in a glass bubble, so drugs really helps them cope with that. You know what I'm saying? So you, how can I say this? You know, you're under a microscope, so everybody's criticizing what you do, what you don't do. So I mean, drugs really just plays a part in that. It just copes with you.
It's that
so
feel
when you get
good
high,
effect.
when you get high, you forget about things.
Right.
So you're gonna want to chase that high every time because you're gonna want to get away. So
that's to a certain extent.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I can't speak for all artists, but I have never finished. Like, I probably have 1 or 2 projects where I'm tipsy on a track, but I can't. Like, I don't smoke weed, but like, I can't drink alcohol. If I could write the dopest fucking music tipsy,
Right.
Or if I'm drunk, oh my gosh, I'm the best writer. I feel like I'm the best writer in the universe. But I have to always be sober. Like, I can't even it's hard for me to freestyle, even drinking. Like, it's just hard. I actually have to have something happening in my brain. Like, I'm just wired different. But I'm only an alcoholic on the weekend, so sort of. That's what people say. They always see me drinking something. Yeah. It's not always alcohol, you know. It's not always alcohol, but you know, a lot of people say, "Oh, Tim, you drink too much. You drink on your episode, every episode." It's like, no. Sometimes it could be coffee. I mean, right now it's alcohol, you know. But, you know, it depends. I feel like I agree with Camboi. Like, it's a lot of artists who actually
I'm gonna test them.
Depend on alcohol to tap into I feel like a different place.
When I'm making beats, I'm one of them people. I'm not gonna lie. It got to the point where when I made all my beats, I was drunk as fuck. It got to the point where I had alcohol poisoning.
See, that's bad. See,
bro,
that's not good at all.
I know that, but like, it was just like
it's not worth it.
Yeah. Nah, when I was mixing and mastering, I could do that shit sober as fuck. But when it came to like creating it, like it was a route.
You out.
You said what?
It stressed you out. It stressed
you
out.
Kind of, but it was just more of like I could understand the music a little bit more. Like fucking like in Egyptian time and shit, like like people would drink to like harness their inner self and shit like that. It was one of them things where like it just made me feel good. I was feeling good. I could understand the shit a little bit more when I was a little bit tipsy, and it made me think about what the fuck I was creating and make me create some different shit. And then once it came to mix and mastering and shit, it was like whatever. I already got what I needed, so I could do this shit sober now. I'm just like.
It's nothing wrong with drinking or smoking, but you just have to know. You just have to know how to do
everything
it.
and do everything in moderation.
Indulge.
Like I have a friend of mine. One of these days, he's a monk. One of these days, he's gonna be on the episode. You know who you are. If you live your life in moderation, everything is easy. Mm-hmm. Even sex, moderation.
Yeah.
You can have too much sex. You can have too much alcohol. You can have too much weed. You can have too much everybody time. You have to have some time for yourself and know yourself. So.
Well, Cam, I'm looking forward to listening to your music, man.
I'm mad I ain't hear it. I ain't even heard it yet. Like, I'm fucking mad about that, man.
I'm excited.
Well,
man.
I do want to circle back around to the panic attack thing, because what happened was after these multiple times in a row of being immediately shot into this like heart attack level thing, I was like, all right, I have to stop. And I did. And usually when I was I'm good. usually when I wake up in the morning, I was fine enough to be like, I feel good enough to try smoking again. Right. And I would end up doing it later in the day. But this time I woke up in the morning and I still felt like I was having the heart attack, and it didn't go away for like weeks or like almost like I still felt like I had this thing. And I went to the doctor about it. And they like ran shit on me and
EKG.
EKG. I got blood work. Oh no, they said I'm perfectly healthy for someone. Yeah.
Get your high ass out of here.
They don't know your ass.
Let me interject real quick. This is Great Apes Cafe. We got a question.
Okay.
So Shrooms want to talk about the who?
I'm the dating.
Camboi on a dating show.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute now. Let me be on my Whoopi Goldberg real quick. Let me talk real quick. Dating show.
Yeah. Can we finish this part though?
No. Okay. Remember y'all dating show.
Remember.
Okay.
So, anyway, what this meant was that this whole thing was like all psychological.
Yes.
And even though I was like physically feeling a thing, and I had like this crazy dream that like my heart exploded and I couldn't tell if it was real or not. And
oh shit.
Yeah, I mean, dude, these like first few days, and I mean even week or two, I was in such like a terrified state. It was like my amygdala was like on fire. And I was afraid of everything. Like, I was afraid of eating. I was afraid of the water. I was afraid of being by myself. I was afraid of being around people, talking on the phone, or anything. Like, I was just terrified of being awake. And
yeah, the whole meltdown.
Yeah, and then it just the longer I stayed off pot, and I even like quit drinking caffeine, I just very slowly got better. And then I have since deduced like, oh, I had a psychotic break. Like I went insane.
Literally. Oh yeah.
So this album came out of me coming out of this and realizing, oh, I need to start doing creative things to keep my mind occupied and productive. And so I very slowly, that's why like a lot of the songs in the beginning are like really minimalist lyrics, and like there's a lot of this like slower like singing. Like I wrote the songs more like poems than I wrote like rap bars. And then I slowly like crept back into writing a little more complicated lyrics that are about more complicated things mentally, like, you know, love and stuff like that. And then I just straight up went back into writing dirty ass rap bars again by the end of it.
Fire.
But there's a lot more sincere lyrics.
I really want to hear it because Camboi singing. It's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
He can sing? Like, I just know from rapping and comedy. Wait a minute.
I'm also doing a live show at Barzar next Saturday.
Shout out to
Sebastian. Sebastian, we will be coming to you soon.
Fuck you talking about?
You're next. I promise you, you're next on the next business episode. Continue.
Anyway, that's pretty much all I wanted to get out about that. We can talk about the day.
What's on everybody motherfucking mind?
Pause. No, I saw this nigga on Instagram, bruh. That nigga roasted the girl on the dating show because he knew he was about to get rejected. That shit was funny. It was some random dude, but like he's like, bitch. He said something like, "Bitch, you ugly as fuck." Like,
I don't want to know about a random dude. I want to know about Cam.
She was like, "But look at your outfit." She said some random shit, bro.
That's OD. That is OD. But let me switch subject real quick. So you on a dating show?
Yeah. So the 8 months that I lived in Los Angeles,
Cali. Shout out to my West Side.
I was doing like acting work, and I was like on all these like casting websites, and there was this one reality show on the E Network called Dating #NoFilter, where they put people on blind dates together, and I was on an episode.
Oh shit!
And
I want to see this shit.
Yeah,
Camboi, bro. Wait a minute. What?
It's pretty fucking funny. But
did you have fun?
I did. I really enjoyed the experience, and and I went into this thing. I was like, look, if I like meet this girl or whatever, and I'm actually like into it, I'll give it an honest go on television. But I was like, as soon as I realize I'm not into it, I am gonna fucking have fun on with the cameras rolling, and that's what happened.
You said fucking have fun.
Yeah,
So
immediately. I would say like when because they get you to not be able to see each other until you're seeing each other for the first time on camera. So like we're on like the Santa Monica beach, and
that's a beautiful beach.
Yeah, and then it wasn't a very beautiful spot. And anyway, we were like far away from each
on
other.
Craigslist and shit.
I was
me in the garage.
I want to see this.
It's definitely worth a watch. But so I was walking towards her, and she's like, they got her like sitting on a bench, like pretty far from me, and then I can see her from a distance. Like, I can tell from here. No. So the very first thing I say to her,
so I'm sorry, I can't interject.
Yeah,
he had a lobster video, all right. So I picture him in a lobster suit, saying, "I'm good. I continue." I'm so
my
sorry.
outfit's atrocious that they have me in too, because they told me to bring a bathing suit, and I just wore this like black bathing suit with like this blue design on the side, and then they had me wearing this like warm color like yellow orange Hawaiian shirt.
You got the flip flop with the toes out. Flip flops just flopping this shit.
Nigga look like he here on a vacation.
Yeah. They made some, I think, like Weekend at Bernie's joke about me. And that's the thing. They have like these fucking like comedians like watching the show and then like roasting the daters or whatever. The fucking producers picked my outfit for me, and then they have the comedians roasting the outfit. Like, I knew it was gonna happen too. I was like, God damn it! I was like, God damn it!
I want to see this show. Oh my gosh, I want to see this episode.
Fucking pissed.
You done fucked up. I want to see this episode. So she was walking on the beach, and you saw her coming to you.
The other way around. She was sitting on a bench, and I was walking to her.
Oh, you was walking to her. What did you see? You was like, this is not gonna work.
Well, it's just I saw her from far away. I was like, she's a little big for my taste. And
was she into you?
No, I mean, like, I think maybe she was giving me a chance at first, but I was just like the first thing I said to her, she's like, "Hey, how's it going?" And I was like, "What up, player hater?" And then she was like,
"Player
She was like,
hater."
"What?" and then we started talking, and the very first question I asked her, like, "So, do you like cockroaches?" And she's like, "What? No, do you?" And I'm like, they cut this part. They kept in me asking about the cockroaches, but they cut this little follow up part off where she's like, "What? No, do you?" I was like, "No, of course not. I mean, they're kind of cute, you know?" Like, what are you talking about? I was like, they're like small dogs.
I'm crying.
Hey, why it sound like, yo?
Hey, that's
wait
the
a
first.
minute,
That's the first pet in the hood. A roach.
Wait a minute. Why he is capping? Why does it sound like he trolling the show?
Yeah,
he literally went on the show.
Yeah. Feeling it though.
Yeah,
And he
yeah.
said
Have
cockroaches.
fun. Nigga, have
Oh
fun.
my gosh, I would have been no more good. I couldn't be a producer. They would have kicked me out because I would have died. The first statement, you know, one of the first things you say is, "Do you like cockroaches?"
Shout out to Aaron for bringing the pizza.
Oh god.
The fucking best part is at the end of the date, though. So, like, the first part's on the beach, and the second part, they have us sitting down for dinner. And
Was the food good?
it was at this, like, kind of like Mediterranean bistro. It was pretty good. It was
Okay,
all right.
okay.
I would. There's food I like more. I mean, I like Mediterranean food.
Mediterranean food
It
is
wasn't
good.
like, yeah, it wasn't like good Mediterranean food. It was
It was like mediocre.
it was like too Americanized, I think.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That ain't it.
You was glad you ain't had to pay, huh?
Yeah, no, I didn't pay for shit. That day. It was
I'm
nice.
paying for this shit.
I want to see this episode so bad. I can't. If he say anything about any cockroach in the episode, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind.
Well, dude, once I tell you this part, you're really gonna want to watch it. So, on the date, she asks me, she goes, "So why did you decide to get set up?" And then my response at first, I was like, I thought it'd be cool to go on a date and be on TV at the same time. And then the producers, like, they're like, cut, like, don't talk about don't talk about being on this show. And I'm like, okay, like, take two, just like ask him that question again, and give a different response. I'm like, okay. And I'm thinking in my head, like, if I can't tell the truth, I might as well have fun. And so then she's like, "So why'd you decide to get set up?" I'm like, "I was just bored and getting backed up on cum." And she's like, "Ew." And she's like, "Ew, gross. You're so gross." And she like tries to like even continue it a little bit. And then I'm like, "Yeah, sorry about that." And then
oh my god,
like, "Yeah, don't talk about that." And I'm like, so then I'm eating this salad, and there's like this like, you know, white dressing with it. And I like dip my fork into the dressing. I'm like, what's this? I was like, "Is this cum?" And then and I just like eat some. I'm like, and then she's like, "Okay, I'm done. I can't. And she gets up and walks out. Yeah.
This nigga done turned to hell date.
oh gosh.
Like, wait, what?
He said, what's the name? Say the name one more time.
Hey, someone pass me that
Bun
pizza.
C. Okay, well.
Carry on. Let's carry on.
Man,
Let's carry
tell my
on.
nigga carry you like Bo Richo.
Nigga said Baracho.
Shout out to Bun C. Whoever the fuck you are.
Okay,
Damn,
what kind of topics you got for us?
But the thing is, the question is, if she was laughing at all his jokes and agreed with the commentary that was coming out of her mouth,
She wanted to fuck.
it could have been a good conversation, actually.
She was drawing off the white man.
Yes.
It was about time.
Well, that's certainly my dating style. I feel like I have to go like balls to the wall with like my worst sense of humor, and then like if you can tolerate that, there's a chance.
There's
if you
a chance
can't,
you
like
really- right.
I just go ahead and burn it like as soon as I can. I'm like,
Off the jump.
yeah. There's no sense in like easing into it because then it's like you get really close, and then I let
You start,
and I let the weird shit come out, and then they're like, ooh, now that we have like a real connection, I don't like this, and then it's like oh, now it's fucking painful for us to break up, you know. Then I have to like think about
So
changing myself, and I'm
How
not
was
doing
it
that.
going? Yeah, how was it going? Like the place to place, like trying to do acting gigs. Like, how was that experience?
That is different.
I didn't do it like that. Was probably the most legit one I did. You know,
I want to see this episode.
Shout
You
out
try-
to the thespians.
You ain't try pouring out there?
Oh hell!
I definitely tried to get into it, but it's not easy, yo.
Shout out to Any Lab Test Now. I used to actually
They
used to
don't get
test.
paid much for fucking.
It's like a secret
doing that
club,
shit,
man.
right?
I used to test some of the porn stars for STDs at Any Lab Test Now. That's very funny.
Do they get tested like regularly?
Very, very much. Very, very
Makes
much.
sense.
It was weird because like I tested like new porn stars, old porn stars. I'm like, you're a fucking porn star.
yeah.
Like, you know,
Come on,
of course I
Tim.
didn't say
Come
that.
on, Tim. Don't do that.
I won't
Don't,
say no.
don't discriminate on age.
Discriminating.
Don't discriminate on age.
I ain't discriminating, but you know who you are. You was up there in age. You was grandma, and I felt insulted that you was
She
a
wants
grandma.
retired at that
And
point,
actually,
retired.
yeah, that thing
Grandma got
down there
bills
still
too.
work.
Hey, grandma got
All the
bills
other
too.
videos you should've
85, that thing still pop.
Hell no. And niggas
But
like
granted,
that.
she looked
Niggas
kind of for her to be
actually like that
85.
shit.
She's like,
And you gonna porn
She's a
her?
fly
It's like
85-year-old woman.
It's like 1 million views on grandma
Yo,
from the back. What the fuck? Who watching this shit? grandma getting clapped
oh,
from the
people
back.
need love too. Hell,
I was like, nigga,
that
what?
thing working now.
Hell no. You
gotta do
should have
what you
made
gotta
that
do.
money when you was doing them other videos.
I'm not
so
saying-
you could retire at that point.
I'm not saying I sit there and watch it,
videos.
but I will fast forward to the end and see what's going on.
So to get off the subject, I don't want to make my sister uncomfortable.
Or me, I'm
She-
very Christian.
She about to be moving anyways. She gonna be uncomfortable anyway.
You want a drink?
Let me stop playing.
Yeah,
I'll play
please.
y'all.
No,
But I do want to ask this though. So what else besides the T-shirts, the CDs, the music you make? Do you have any posters or going along, any artwork and shit like that? What else you got?
yeah, I got the posters.
This man got the posters too. See, I gotta grow up. I gotta.
Tell
be
you
like
forgot
him.
he said posters.
He did. I've been drinking. He
He said,
probably
I
did
got
say-
posters.
He got the whole 9 yards.
Could you please take some notes of the stuff I'm telling you? So you
This is supposed to be
See,
professional.
What's your
if he
plan?
say that means I need to be a journalist. I'm not a journalist.
Tim, give me the hand. Let me move the boxer so they can see you give him the hand.
Hey, when a white man, shout out to my Caucasians, when they put the fingers out,
They mean
and
business.
they do that, they mean
mean fucking business.
Tim, I have one thing to say to you. One thing only.
Tap him.
That's right.
It's a Great Apes Cafe. We live and direct. I got my homeboy Camboi Smif.
Nah,
What are you
shit.
doing? Well, go ahead. You can ask the question.
You got any plans like after like your shows and shit? You got like any plans on trying to do like anything music wise after this?
What's
like,
the future?
you know
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I was about to ask the same question.
Yeah.
Nice nigga like.
So I have two friends of mine that are like EDM producers that I have like what's that?
Hit me up.
Yeah.
EDM too.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'd be interested to work with you too, for sure.
Oh yeah.
But
You heard it here first.
yeah, these guys, I've been like,
That nigga too. He do.
yeah.
Aaron do EDM.
You already know. He know.
Yeah. You know. Yeah. You ain't gotta
Well,
say
he knows I'm
all the
ready
time.
to fucking work whenever he wants me to. You let me know when you want that feature. I'll come in.
I'll
Come on.
hop on that bitch. I won't
The
say a damn
greatest.
thing.
The
I'll be on that
greatest.
motherfucker.
I mean, I need to hurry up and she got to do something. And Mari gonna be gone far away.
So, question: how did you pick out your ensemble for today? I've been
You said ensemble.
I've been interested in it. I've been looking at it. I've just been Hawaiian shirt, work pants.
What's with the hat? The big hat?
I wear this hat a lot. It's like my head is kind of big, and it's kind of the only hat that doesn't make my head look like retarded. You know, like,
Said the honesty level. My head is kind of
I
big.
like
I
it.
just wear that.
This hat is like one of the only hats I own that looks good on me. I think it looks good on me. This is a Goodwill shirt. It's soft. I like it. I like
Shout out to Goodwill.
I like wearing these soft like slack pants, and then this is just a warm jacket. It's black, matches the shoes.
He killing me. He got the shoes on.
Oh, he ain't take his shoes off.
He ain't took the shoes off.
Oh no,
Killing me, Smalls. He killing me. I'll let it slide for now.
I wouldn't be able to pull that off, but they'll call me a fat ass for some reason. I'd be comfortable. Like, yo, fat ass wearing that.
That is fucked up.
Well, that's the world we live in. If you're fat, you get picked on.
Normally you take off your shoes, but
That's some fucked up.
it's an unacceptable
Why wait?
behavior, but I'll let it slide for now.
Huh? They do pick on Rob, if you remember he fell
Like, it's
on the
irking me.
stage.
I'm like, I'm not looking at his feet.
You want me to take off my shoes?
No, you good right now. You good
I
right
feel like
now.
if I do it now,
Of course,
then
of course.
It's
I'm very
already
confident in
beyond
myself.
the
No,
point.
not you. Just that.
I'm on my
person.
age.
Oh yeah, I was just making a jokey joke.
Those shoes on.
Yeah,
I'll
Always.
vacuum and sanitize.
You know, always. Go ahead.
Well, you know, a lot of men actually track in bacteria in their house.
Oh,
Men and
Jesus.
women in it, and
Tim
they
facts
don't
right
know.
here. Oh,
They don't know. They go in the bathroom in Walmart and shit. You know, niggas peed on the floor. They bring urine back in the house. You look it up. Google it. The percentage of people who bring
Tim, I don't give a damn.
urine in the house with shoes on and shoes not off. I'm dead
2
serious.
days ago,
Yeah.
bro, pissed all on the floor. drunk niggas goddamn missing the toilet seat and shit, bro.
Oh, facts.
The bar, cause I fuck with them besides the bathroom, but that shit,
I'm just got OCD.
Okay.
I'm weird.
that shit. Is
Okay, so
wild.
I got a great question. Being that you're a white man,
Oh shit!
He went
what was
Why
your
the fuck he went there?
what was your opinion?
Awkward.
Hey, this is serious
Shout out
right
to my
here.
white
This
people,
is
shout out
serious
to the
right here.
Caucasians. Fuck you talking about?
What was your opinion on the insurrection we had? At
Lord
the
have
Capitol?
mercy. He brought that up.
I say it's about goddamn time.
It's my country.
With the hat on.
This ain't Biden country. This is Trump country.
Why you
I'm
sound
wait-
like oh hell no?
Q, I'm waiting for you. Give me the orders.
The real question is, how do you feel about what's going on with that situation?
Dude, I just feel like everyone's a psychotic. I just feel like everyone's just insane. I feel like there's just so much buying into information and like narratives right now, and all these narratives are like at each other's throats. And I actually had a conversation earlier, and I've had this conversation multiple times. I politically refer to myself as a radical centrist. So like,
All right, now you gotta elaborate.
Yeah,
my
explain,
bad.
explain,
Elaborate.
explain.
The
so
radical
like,
centrist.
I'm very passionate about like one. I feel like I've always been like apolitical. Like I just don't even like talking about politics. I just don't care about it.
I'm here.
But
I'm
then the
there
past
with you.
year has been very like forces you to become politicized and informed to some degree. And in this, so it's like, okay, I'm politically informed now, but like I understand the function of like the left and the right, and like how the feud between them is what keeps this sort of functional, productive balance.
But is it really balanced?
I do think so. I mean, I think when you have moderate people on the left and moderate people on the right having meaningful, productive
Notice you use the word moderate.
Yes, yeah. Well, I think there's been this insane radicalization on both sides.
Oh, yeah.
And you can get all into why you think that's happening. And I don't think that there's any one narrative that's really nailing it down on that. But I think that, and also you've heard in the past year, like a lot of shit talking about moderates and people that are on the center, like you better pick a side, or it's like it's not cool to not be radical. But I think it's very important to come back to the center so that we're capable of having conversations.
Exactly.
And that's kind of what
That's why I even have a podcast. You're right.
Yeah, and that's what I mean by radical centrist. Is like my goal is to understand why both sides, and be on neither. Is just kind of to understand them and to be able to have a conversation. So if I was talking to someone who's like extraordinarily left leaning, I end up being a devil's advocate. If I'm talking to someone who's very right leaning, I try to be devil's advocate there.
I can see that. I can see that. Because I mean, The Art of War. If you ever read The Art of War, you will not understand the enemy. For me, I hate the system. I hate Democrats and I hate Republicans because on a macro point of view, it's just stupid to me. It's just all politics, and really, when it comes down to it, I mean, I understand both point of views, sort of, but it's just a draining. It's like now it's like Bloods and Crips.
That's all. Yeah.
Literally, like, you know what I mean. And you have extremists. If you don't pick a side, you consider like you're canceled. Or you know.
It's like dating in a way.
I have a friend of mine, and you know who you are.
You're dating is.
You're not really a friend.
You're dating is. They all got their.
It's similar like that. Like I have a dude who worked at my job. I won't say your name. You know who you are. Your nickname. I won't even give you out your nickname. But you go out every day. I see this man. He talk about QAnon. He talk about the Republican Party, and I told him time and time again, I don't care. I don't care about the whole establishment. To me, it's like you just a bunch of sheep following information that's propaganda. And then you compare and contrast that to other countries. My friends in China, they don't believe the propaganda that they see on their TVs. We do. That's the danger. That's the separation right there. Like, bam. They believe everything they see on TV. Or they believe everything they see on QAnon. Or everything on conspiracy, whether if it's Fox News or CNN. And it's like, you don't question the information?
That's the dangerous.
Because the government controls, if you on a macro point of view, the government controls all outlets, really.
And that's I was thinking like not too long ago, old people would say, you know, technology is going to be the devil. And I kind of see what they're talking about, because Facebook, Twitter, all that's dangerous. Because you get on there and you find somebody who has the same point of view as you, and that's all you listen to. That's all you feed into. And that's what creates people going to the Capitol. Because you're just thinking like, you're not thinking on both sides. You're thinking one side, and they're just feeding into it. They're just feeding into it. So it's dangerous.
Oh, hell no. On your pizza?
Yes, nigga. You ain't even got blonde hair. I'm about to say.
Gang from Camboi. I'm vouching. Camboi ain't even eat. I don't even see him eat anything.
I ate a piece.
Let me examine mine.
Oh, he did? Well, shit.
Some blonde hair.
I think mine's good. I'm thinking I'm going to eat mine.
I mean, I was plucking out my hairs and putting them in the pizza. I mean, what else am I supposed to do with them?
This is Great Apes Cafe. Aaron, do we have any questions? Nobody love us. Y'all don't love us. Y'all don't give a fuck about us.
When we blow,
Tim, I bet we'd
I
have.
don't want to hear shit. No, stop.
I bet we'd have more questions if we started at 10.
If y'all would ask a goddamn question, because y'all just.
I fucking agree.
We started last week.
I apologize. Look, I apologize. This is really my fault. I'll tell you about
anything. We don't care. We're here to entertain.
Freedom of speech is the First Amendment, and I just question everything. I wish everybody could get along. I wish Democrats and Republicans, Bloods and Crips could get along.
Shut your.
Notice I just said Bloods and Crips.
I wish everybody get along.
Notice I just said that.
Casey talking about some poor Amari. I love you, girl.
You got all this red.
Miss you.
Ain't no Crips watching this right now.
I'm just no. I mean, I have. I can't. I won't divulge into information. I almost gave it away. You know who you are. I have a lot of friends who represent a lot of things. Let's just put it like that.
Wait, what?
Nothing.
Nah, go ahead and say.
So you just never know what background people have. You gotta have like for me, I feel like I'm a chameleon in a sense. I understand the ideology of Republicans and Democrats, the extremists on both sides, and middle ground moderates. And then besides politics, we look at the illegal activities of the streets, right? And I understand why people are Bloods and Crips. I really do. On a macro point of view, they represent the system, really. And the system wants to indoctrinate a certain ideology that makes people go to jail and it benefits society. Well, how does it benefit society? People going to jail. Look at the agenda. Everything always have an agenda. My friend right now, Camboi Smif, is here, and his agenda is quite simple. I want to hear his music. He want to get his music out, but I'm mad I didn't hear his music. Get this music. What platforms is your music on right now?
All of them.
All of them. I want to hear it on SoundCloud. I want to hear it on.
What you use for like to get all like your streaming shit out?
DistroKid.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I used TuneCore a long time ago, but like DistroKid's just a much better deal.
DistroKid is way better.
Yeah.
Hey, we could play. Hey,
Yeah, yeah.
we could do that, man. I'm telling you. This is Great Apes Cafe. Like, subscribe, share. I got my homeboy Camboi Smif, and we might try to connect to these speakers. I'm sorry, I've been drinking, y'all. We're gonna connect to these speakers, and we're gonna hear some of his fucking music. Shit,
Yes, sir.
I'm mad I ain't get no merchandise. I mean, granted, yeah, I'm late. We supposed to do this around 10 o'clock, so Camboi is probably like, well,
I was
fuck
late,
you, Tim.
you know. It's
You was
okay.
late, you know. I want to hear the music. I ain't got
Do
no
I need to connect,
posters
or is somebody else playing it from the speaker?
Who's connected right now? Oh,
or somebody connected.
It ain't me.
Damn sure ain't me.
Damn ghost.
Well, you could go ahead and connect the speaker. Yeah, you can turn that on too.
That shit creepy, bro.
What, the power on?
Yeah, bro.
man,
I don't like that
I really
voice.
do
One of these-
enjoy
Is it these two?
people we know like moving up in the world, like promoting their music
Yeah, it's just
and
Black
their
Web Party.
clothing line and stuff. That shit makes us.
Is it because there's two of them? Oh, I guess. Okay.
Okay, that works.
All right. So I'll play a couple of the.
I'm gonna just get one pizza. I might have to pay you for a slice because I don't
Oh,
want nobody
this
saying
Negro.
I don't want nobody saying I stole their pizza. You know, I don't even know who pizza this is.
I say it on my way home.
Ain't no, I just want one.
Ain't nothing in
slice.
that one. Ain't nothing in that one.
Ain't nothing. That's empty, yes sir. I just want one. I promise you. Like I don't want nobody. I'll give you how much? How much is a slice? What's 12 divided by 12?
I paid $24 for mine.
You pay for $24?
Well,
right. I need some
Minimum wage is getting ready to be raised to $15 an hour. So we times that by 3, multiply 7.
That sounds like some nigga math. That ain't added up. I just need one slice and I shut the fuck up.
1,250.
I should have bought pizza because I really don't want pizza. Like I feel like this whole week I just been ODing on eating out.
Oh yeah, let me get a slice of that.
I don't know. Shit, go ahead, bro.
My arms aren't long enough.
I know I'm about to pass this potty.
Stop.
All right, here I'm gonna play this one. This is Elon Musk better buy me a Cybertruck.
Yo, I fuck with that title. I saw the title. That title's fire. Turn it up.
Okay, yeah.
Well, hell, give me a piece.
Turn it up.
They say they want Camboi to quit the rap game.
Turn it up.
It's as high as.
Oh shit.
Turn it that way.
Oh, fuck.
That's dope.
Oh yeah, hold that bit. Like I'm old school and shit.
Hoes asking why my frontal lobe is drama. My big boy brain is on some oversized philosophy. Misogynist apologist is certain top jobs. Me and Elliot Rogers is basically homogenous. And Ellen DeGeneres is our polar opposite. I'm knock around the continent. And that is
How long can you hold that though? How long can you hold it in the air?
y'all damaged neurologically like a bus.
I'm at the extra paycheck. Y'all niggas
Guinness
making
record for the world's smallest.
Turn up party mode and shit.
Tremendous it concerns seismologists. I make a girthquake when I sex your sister. In the rectum, them intestines is the epicenter. I got the bitch shaking till next December. Cam Bizzle is a registered flex offender. Will not stop rapping till
Give me some Hennessy.
Can you hear that?
Oh shit. Why you all perform at bars?
Next Saturday. I got a show.
I won't stop rapping till
You hear that?
Musk buys me a fucking
It's at 7. I'm
Cybertruck.
probably gonna try to start at like 8 though.
I'm fucking on your mamas in my motherfucking Cybertruck. I'm fucking in the Cybertruck. Fucking in the Cybertruck. I'm fucking on your mamas in my motherfucking Cybertruck. I'm fucking in the Cybertruck. Fucking in the Cybertruck.
Yeah, I'll let you.
Fucking on your mamas in the motherfucking Cybertruck.
Or just tell him. Just
Hey, I
Cam said
know
it's fine.
times are tough right now. We all know
Bars are.
2020 gave us hell. A lot of people out here still dying. But I don't give a fuck about none of that shit.
The podcast up there right after his music.
I know Bash. I know Bash. He let me.
Yeah, straight into a podcast that he come on stage.
What? You talking outside?
Wherever we can get it.
Cold as fuck.
So here's one that seems to be the more popular one on the album. This is God's Only Fans.
He said, God, don't
Yeah. It's your boy Camboi. This is a real sentimental little video.
No, sideways.
Oh, turn sideways.
Yeah, this that real conscious hip hop type shit.
I know what the hell he's talking about.
Hedonists. Everybody's got us thinking we ain't even need him. People claiming they Christians, but they ain't meaning it. They got the Bible on the shelf, but they ain't reading it. I asked a dude last week if he knew who St. Peter is. He said, Peter Griffin from Family Guy. Is that who you mean, kid? Generation. We need to think of new ways to make them pay attention. It'll take creative strength and some innovation. Maybe the invention we need is already in existence. What the frick are all the cool kids doing? Besides pulling their dick to pornographic movies. Okay, this might sound stupid, but bear with me for a second, cause I might have a solution. What if God had an OnlyFans?
Shit fire.
You and
I fuck with
were
that.
his OnlyFans.
I ain't gonna lie, I fuck with that one right there, like that shit fire.
Would you subscribe to his OnlyFans? What if God had an OnlyFans?
You kind of gotta subscribe though.
Yeah.
We all didn't think
Yeah.
God, man.
It's God, man.
If you know you going to hell, apply to it.
OnlyFans. What kind of content do you think God would post? Would he do boy girl or would he just roll solo? If he did boy girl, would he be the boy or the girl? Some seem to think he's a boy.
I fuck with this. I fuck with this. This is fire.
Personally, I don't think such discourse is useful. Me, I've always seen God as a metaphysical sort of concept used to describe an abstract force as spiritual. Truly picturing that with an OnlyFans is an odd thing. Do you think God would post any Scooby-Doo cosplay? Or would he be just another one of those fucking cunts who don't even post nudes and still want like $25 a month? And if that's the case, then I ain't goddamn subscribed.
Bar.
I'd rather jack off to Donald Trump and Joe Biden. Nice if those fellas ever made a joint one. God never had him as guests on his boy 3.
Oh, no.
God had an OnlyFans.
Yo, that shit.
You and I were his
I like the hook.
OnlyFans. What if that was his only plan? Would you subscribe to his OnlyFans? What if God had an OnlyFans and you and I were his OnlyFans? What if that was his only plan? Would you subscribe to his OnlyFans? Oh, please give me a free subscription for the first month. I swear I'll give my soul to Christ right when the sun's up. I know I've been fucking up.
Huh?
Yeah, like that.
Too many drugs. I've been hanging around too many thugs. And I haven't shown you any love. But you know I was subscribed.
I fuck with that. That's a whole vibe. That's a whole vibe.
If you ever need an OnlyFans, Lord, please make an OnlyFans.
He said, Lord, please.
Please make an OnlyFans.
I fuck with this. He asked a question I never asked. If God made an OnlyFans,
So
I'm about to watch.
do
That
on
forces
the
you to watch
OnlyFans,
that.
though. What would you do on the OnlyFans? OnlyFans for everything.
That's a real
So
legit
support it.
question. What would you do?
That's all. That's the question. It's not about the question. The fact that he came up with the question is OD.
Facts.
Different, sir. That's very different. I fuck with it. Cheers, boy. I fuck
Yeah,
with that. I did not expect that, sir. I did not expect that.
that is creative.
Y'all ain't about that
real.
Mad Dragon.
Thank you.
Shout out
Yeah,
to Mad
yeah.
Dragon.
Glad you guys enjoyed it.
That ain't about that life.
That's
I
about to
really,
be
I
a
really
song
have
they
to.
fucking
I'm
talking about.
gonna bump that to church tomorrow.
100%.
Yeah.
What if God only fit?
I just like the label on it. It make you want to buy it.
Hey Tim, you think I OD if I could get up in church and be like, "Well, if God only fan?"
Yeah, you will be. especially some aunties with the big old hats up front.
Boy, what you doing?
What you doing?
I'm just saying.
You
like,
better
what God
sit
had
down.
OnlyFans,
I'm
you know what
buying in the name of Jesus.
Man, that was lit.
Okay.
real. So, okay.
What's the best song of 2020?
Who's the name of that person who came with the question? Let me say something. Who's that, Bunsy? Let me say something, Carrie.
Hey, hey, hold on. My fault, Buns, man. You the true fan
I'm
out
gonna let
there.
you know right now. That's a hard statement. 2020. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm
What's that shit
an
that
artist.
Drake and Future made?
Depends on the genre.
You talking about
The dopest song. One song.
It depends on the genre. 'Cause you could pick a song for every genre. What was the best?
I'm gonna tell you what I've been listening to. I ain't gonna say it's the best. I've been listening to Dear April in 2020 from Frank Ocean. But to say the best
talking about life is
No, the best
you talking about life is good,
every
right?
Drama. Name one for every drama.
for every drama.
Genre. I hate that fucking word.
Rap.
Genre.
That's hard.
That is funny.
Life is good was a good
Progressive
song.
rock, hands down.
I can't
Plenty.
pick y'all. I can't.
Shout out to Plenty.
I'm not into
That's
this
that nigga
statement.
name. It's
If
not
you
even
really,
a band.
it's
That
is
nigga
hard. I
fired.
ain't gonna lie.
2020 went by like that.
And granted,
like,
I wasn't even
music
thinking
came,
about
like music came out, but you had to be really looking for it, or TikTok. Like
But that's
a lot
why,
of shit.
like, if you make it easier and put it into like, okay, which genre, like which genre, it depends. It honestly,
Great Apes Cafe.
because it's a lot of artists out here
Microphone check.
nowadays.
Microphone check.
It's a lot of artists out here nowadays. So you really, I mean, it's not. You're not able to just say, oh, just one person.
Paul, fact
It's a
check
lot
that
of
shit.
people.
Fact check that shit.
What you want in fat check?
It's a lot of.
The number one fucking
I mean, if
album
they do,
song.
but then I have
That's
to
hard.
say that
Like, but
because
even
what
if it's
you
number
don't
one,
even
but that
like
doesn't. I don't like
person?
it. It's a lot of number ones I don't
So
like.
it's hard to be
But it's
like
still number one. You
Number
can
one
hate
is like
that person, but if they
100%.
still number one,
Nobody,
it don't matter.
nobody listens to this person, or don't nobody like that person, or like I don't know. To me,
We cannot like
that
them,
was-
but if they still number one, that means
no,
it's a
number
lot of
one
niggas
for
that
real,
fuck with
not
them.
by what's I can't even say the damn word statistics.
Yeah.
Not by what they say, just facts, like all
We
around.
got his
the
name.
world.
Last
What was it?
for
I mean, I was so focused.
let me
on
see. The only
everything
one I
else.
see for I gotta keep looking, but it's just showing Blinding
this shit
Lights
been right
by The Weeknd because that came out in December, I believe. So I believe that's December.
2020 was a hard year. Let me tell you something about 2020.
It was rough.
It was a hard year for everybody. I have
It
to
was
say
about
that's an exception to the
pain.
rule. You know, y'all lost a lot of people. The only thing I had good from 2020 was a son that was born
Yes,
in
sir.
January 27th. You know what I mean? So
Same day I was in the hospital. He was
It's
calling me
crazy.
while he was having the baby. He's like,
Facts.
like the baby just here. I'm like, yeah, nigga,
Baby
I'm on IV.
baby done popped out the coop. You know what I mean? And I don't know. 2020 was just weird. I felt like I was in the Matrix. My last
Larry
performance on the stage was in March.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we do gotta talk about Larry King, man. Rest in
And
peace.
R.I.P. to Larry King. I'm happy you brought that up.
Who?
Look,
Larry
King
Oh,
passed
don't
away.
do that.
Oh, hell
Say a
no.
lot
Oh,
for the
hell
people in
no.
the back. What you talking about?
Oh, hell no. Larry King was a dope-ass,
He was-
dope. Everybody could think of that's from Michael Jackson to Prince to
The OJ trials, man.
he interviewed everybody. OJ trials, real royalty. You know what I mean? Entrepreneurs,
I
Bill
hate to be
Gates,
the
everybody.
young nigga. You talking about the white nigga?
That dude was dope.
Larry King.
Larry
Larry
King
King.
died. Yeah.
Wait, how you? Wait, time out. How you gonna say Larry King? Then be like, oh, is it Larry King?
but
Larry
I really
King.
had to think about it, bro. It
Bro,
took me,
Larry
it took a second
King,
to
Larry
process it.
King.
I said it, but I had to process it, and now that I process it, nigga,
That man, bro. I'm not.
that nigga dead.
I'm
I think CNN made that,
way. I don't like the way you say it.
I think CNN made that.
That's
Made
a piece
that.
of OG, but damn.
That shit is. It's just weird because. I mean, granted, he was what in his 80s, 85,
86, I believe.
86,
It's about time I say.
Oh hell no! But I'm saying, what I'm getting at is he
About
did
time.
good journalism. Like everybody with the Larry King. It wasn't like here on the podcast, Great Apes, we gotta go to people. No, people was calling to him.
Yeah, that's
You know
that's
what I
the
mean?
thing.
That's the
People
difference.
people wanted to go to him. Like it's crazy. Like
nigga
he interviewed presidents,
Between the Lions.
You know why though?
fucking Elmo and shit.
But do you know why?
Yeah.
He asked you simple questions, and
Yeah.
you don't even know. Even now, I think it's hard for you to try to find out what his political. He's not a Democrat. You don't know if he's a Democrat or a Republican.
See, and that's what
Shouldn't matter, though.
and that's what they were saying earlier on the news too. Like during the OJ trial, you know, everybody had their opinion if he was guilty or innocent or not. He interviewed everybody every night after the trial, and he was not biased.
Right.
And that's one of the reasons why OJ called him after he was found not guilty. He was like, you know, I just thank you for being unbiased.
That's hard to do.
Yeah, to be
because even if you do have an opinion, you gotta not like necessarily shit that to the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, let that shit out the window for things like if you're an interviewee or
Right,
interviewer.
right.
And,
For the sake of interviewing.
yeah, and I mean, I personally think art in general too. Like I think, I mean, and of course, if your goal is to make political art, by all means, you know, do it. But I think that there's a certain like transcendence about art that manages to either not touch on politics, or when it touches on it, you can't tell what the person making it where they stand.
Right, right.
That's what
that
makes
shit
for the
just to
best
say.
interviewer.
Yeah.
The interview, yeah.
I
feel
agree.
that.
I agree. It's hard to be biased. Like it's kind of somewhat, you know what I mean? Like, can you imagine interviewing somebody and
They say
it's like
some
you
fuck
had.
shit and you gotta say something to it.
I mean, but you have to. It's
Chill.
just like it's like a dance. There's an episode that's gonna come out. I had an argument with the one dude. Remember that one dude that was on air? It's coming out. I want Aaron to put that out the next episode.
But I was kind of scared. I didn't know that shit was actually coming out.
It's a good episode, and the thing was, I had to make sure I didn't lose my cool. Because it's easy to like, if you're attacking me, it's easy for me to attack you. That's
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
Well, let me do something that's hard. Let me keep my cool while you not being level-headed. Let me be level-headed
That's a
and figure
psychological
out.
trait, too.
That's gonna
Very
piss me off even
psychological.
more. So yeah, that.
But that's easy though. That's
Yeah.
easy. What's hard is doing the hard thing, and that's to actually, because I had to like trick my mind. He's not angry. Him doing this, you know,
That shit started.
it's not angry at all. He's passionate.
he's pissed. He's raw.
And what I'm
pissed.
trying to get at when he was doing this,
Sue you. I'm gonna sue the fucking company. that
Tim,
you
I came
work
on here
for.
with you, black
But
guys.
it was just take all your money. I'm gonna
was-
fucking take all your kids, your family. I'm taking everything from you. You're gonna be homeless, bro. You're fucked, man.
it was basic. It was
My dad's
basic.
a lawyer. You're fucked, man.
It's basic communication.
Yeah.
So what I got out of that, the argument, the difference is after we rant and we argued, he argued. I didn't argue. I let him
facts.
vent. I didn't argue. I didn't lose my cool.
Yo.
It was a debate. He lost the debate. He admitted he lost the debate. He said he's a great debater. He is, but he was passionate about it. And I let him vent. And then when he came to realizing, oh shit, like I'm in this dude's house. Everybody left. What the fuck is going on? His clique left with him. But the thing was, I brought him back to redeem himself, and it was a dope episode because
you fucking that
everybody
shit
else
up.
to me, like everybody else to me was whack. We had a good, like he had passion. Like the reason why I made a whole podcast, I wanted to make a podcast, is to talk to people who may have differences. If you, let's prime example, let's say you voted for your best friend Donald Trump, right? And you voted for your best friend Biden. I don't like either.
Why get Trump?
Right? Now listen. I don't like either.
You're
But
not
listen,
a Trump
listen.
man?
I don't like either, right? I'm letting you know my political ideology. I don't like politics at all.
I felt that.
But who the fuck am I to judge you or get mad at you on the political party you represent or you voted for? The problem is with this country is everybody's so
sensitive.
Not sensitive, but they
Sensitive.
polarize and make like I feel like it's a clique in high school. You're gothic. He's a cheerleader. He do sports. He's a geek. Like no, you know what I mean. Separationalism is a motherfucker, and I'm happy you here, Camboi. I'm
Thanks
happy
for
you
having
fucking
me.
here.
I'm happy I'm here too.
Like I'm sorry you had to wait for us for a fucking hour
But,
to get here.
But I caught a lot of flack for everybody was praising Gayle King when she interviewed R. Kelly. I really didn't like that interview because it was like when she got there, she knew that every question she was going to ask or the way she was going to portray R. Kelly, he was already guilty.
Yeah.
Everybody's.
But he
innocent.
made himself.
Shit,
He made himself guilty though,
But-
because the outburst that he had.
But you would feel some type of way too when you fight
R.
for
Kelly,
your.
I blame R.
But-
Kelly.
If you walking in the interview,
I blame R.
you
Kelly. He
already
should have
knowing
mentally
that
prepared
they-
himself for that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
I'm
own
gonna
your
say a
shit,
lot of
bro.
people, they
Yeah.
already- you
Microphone
already know-
check.
You look when you going into an interview, you already know what they about to be on. Okay, they gonna try to grill you, whatever questions, whatever.
But
If
you
you've
still should
done
be
something,
fair.
They're not. It's the media. It's
But we were just talking about
None
Larry
of that
King, how he
shit
was fair.
is-
If you think he
Larry
was
King was
even Larry
different from
King.
Gail.
Look,
He
I don't
wouldn't,
know who.
Gail's kind of on my shit list because of the
Y'all
Kobe
can
shit.
always catch
Remember the
him
Kobe?
throwing
Yeah, the
some
Kobe,
shade
yeah.
at somebody.
Yeah.
Okay, I love
What's the
Larry
girl that
King,
he
but
asked, like,
always
one of
just
his-
throwing
Yeah,
some shade
of
up in
course
there.
you need shade,
Okay, then,
but
so
it's the way she did it though. I didn't really
not
like.
Gail, what not
you know.
Gail. The lady was she was just saying Larry.
Oh yeah, but
It's the
it's the
Larry
way she
King.
done it. It rubbed me wrong a
Well,
little
Larry
bit.
King is neutral.
Even though I feel like that nigga's guilty, but still, like if
he
I would have
did-
interviewed him,
He's definitely
With a real interview, this is one thing. RP to Larry King. One thing I like about his interviews was that he even if he felt a certain way, you wouldn't know it.
yeah, you wouldn't really
Right.
know it.
He made sure he remained neutral, or at least you would know, you would think so. And he didn't give a fuck. He just wanted the interview. What you got to say? He had dictators on there, like you know what I mean. And he literally sat down with dictators who even history shows that they killed millions of people or they did this and that, and still didn't represent his ideology of judging you based on what you did in front of the whole world. That's hard to do as an interviewer. But that's when that dude lost his cool and got mad. He's like, Tim crazy.
Yeah.
He ain't fucking beat him up or nothing like that. He's cursing him out in his own house. No, he had the most passion. I may not agree with it at the time, but everybody else, I said, nah. Everybody else that was there during that episode, they get like 1 minute. He came back. I brought him back. That's the whole episode right there.
That's yeah, that's
It's passion.
Yeah.
He got passion. Camboi Smif made a project, and I'm mad. I heard like 2 songs just now, and it's fire.
which is fucking awesome. Yeah, great fucking song.
The fact that he came up, like I'm thinking, like damn, if God had OnlyFans,
I'm gonna think about that tonight.
yeah,
I mean y'all laughing, y'all might be laughing, but just think about it. If God, Yahweh, Allah, Jehovah, God had a OnlyFans,
Pay for it though.
Yeah.
even if it's free, what would you do?
Because why God charging us to watch him when we already work?
I mean, it's kind of weird. I think it'd be the best OnlyFans page.
he already charges
Ever.
you. He charges you.
Hey, look,
with your
ever.
life, like he wants your
But we
life.
can go
That's,
to
that's
church
your
for
payment.
free, though.
Just
That's
the
your pay-
fact that he
but
came
that's
up
your
with that
payment.
is different.
You giving him your
I
life.
don't
is
care
your
what
payment.
anybody say.
Yeah.
That shit is
What
different.
if
He
God
literally,
had
Camboi
OnlyFans?
literally. I mean, I'm thinking right now about it.
I think God's OnlyFans, I think it would be $25 a month, and I don't think he would even post nudes. He would just post like sexy lingerie pictures.
I'm crying.
You thought I was gonna have this.
And you'd pay the $25 to see it, and you'd be like, "This is it."
He got sexy.
Come on, God, send me some whole pics.
That's different. Like
got some
that's
sexy
nobody
calf
thinks
muscle
like
pictures
that. I'm
in
not
there.
thinking like
Show me
that.
your whole, God.
What the fuck am I supposed to be doing? I don't know.
You don't know what to say about
Like,
that.
I don't. I have nothing to say. I'm sorry. I don't.
If God only have an OnlyFans,
That's
you know one
just-
thing.
I
One
don't
thing
know.
about
That's a
Yahweh.
random ass,
One
like,
thing about Yahweh or God or Jehovah, whatever you call him, Allah.
whatever you wanna call him.
He has a sense of humor. We
Of
have
course,
a sense of humor.
we made in his image.
So the fact of the matter is, the humor come. I can't. I just thinking if God had the OnlyFans, ain't no telling what would be on there. It'd be the best
Yeah,
OnlyFans.
it would be the
Right.
best content. Yeah,
Like,
our
just-
life is
If you
content.
watching
Like
this,
this.
bro, you gotta like,
He said if he
update,
watch
you
it,
gotta update us, bro.
He talking like God sleep
my
up there and
nigga.
shit.
Hey, yo.
he got that. Right.
Hey, yo, God.
I ain't want to look to the
Hey,
sky.
my nigga.
My nigga.
Update some shit, bro. This shit, yo.
I ain't
One
gonna
thing-
listen.
one thing
I'm
about
really
God,
wanting to
you
listen to the whole
can
album
talk to
now
him
because
any
that's
kind-
different.
you
He
come how you
actually, yo, they putting different. Who thinks like that?
Someone-
That's the question.
Someone
Like,
with mental disabilities.
I mean, I'm just thinking like, what? I love people who think outside the box. First of all, you're not doing anything on the radio. But who actually thought about this? If God only had an OnlyFans, was you high when you thought about this?
No, I made this whole album dead
You
ass
sober,
album, boy.
Yeah.
Sober album.
This nigga fucked up
Sober,
for
all
real.
caps.
And when I use
Sober.
nigga, I'm not using it as a derogatory.
Well, I'm taking it. I
got you.
I don't need it this
You
time.
don't need it this time. Let me know when you need it. It's ready. It's prime.
That it's so different. I know some people. Shout out to my people who spiritualists. Shout out to my people who are religious. But people know that God has a sense of humor. And I'm dumbfounded.
Like, how can you go to church
like
and just be stiff?
Well, you have a lot of people you have a lot of people who take religion so serious, even spirituality.
I mean, it is serious, but you don't take yourself.
And they're not connected with
serious.
themselves. They think that spirituality is a sense of seriousness, but the true sense of spirituality has no boundaries, really, when you really think about it.
But how,
on a macro point of view.
And my thing is, how can you find religion and then turn your nose down at somebody who you was just in the world with? Like, that shit's crazy. Like, even God went and sat with the people who was gonna kill him. Right. So how can you call yourself a Christian or any other religion and don't want to hang out with somebody?
Shout out to my Muslims. Some will argue on this concept. Sir, who killed Jesus? Who killed Jesus? There was the same individuals who said they was what?
With them.
Christian.
Yeah.
Well, they did not say
they didn't say it was Christian.
They didn't say that. But they said they believe in God.
Well, they felt like he was, how can I say this? They felt like he was trying to say he was the true king. They really didn't like that. So it's not saying people who, they ain't saying Christians killed him. They really didn't think he was the son of God until he died, and they poked him in his side and they saw that nothing but water came out. That's when they knew they messed up. But you know what I'm saying? One lesson we can learn from that was forgiveness, because on that cross he said, Father, forgive them, for they don't know not what they do. So, I mean.
But a lot of people, that's true. On a macro point of view, I just think that even on a religious aspect and spirituality.
He still went to hell.
You gotta have humor, though.
Of course.
Like, some people are just so serious. They're so stuck in their ways. Y'all
Tradition.
Christians, the one who's quick to judge, not everybody.
Tradition.
But the one who's traditional and they're quick to judge, I don't like y'all. Don't.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Even the spiritualists, the one who say that spirituality and everything, and y'all take things too serious, I don't like y'all either.
Because of your zodiac. Get out my face. That shit.
So, being that we have a new president for at least the next
God.
3 years.
Why are you asking these ugly ass questions?
What do y'all want to?
It's the same white devil, in my opinion.
Facts. No.
But this is serious though. Like, what do y'all want to see push forward for now on? What's the agenda you want to see push forward? Even though you know we're not going to get it, like, what would you like to see?
Did you just hear what you just said?
More unemployment.
Like, I just want to, like,
we're not going
to. You said what we want.
You're
Why
not gonna,
would I answer? What the what?
But it's just a question. Like, what would you want? You're not going to get it.
Hope, like, false dreams, none of that.
You don't know that. You don't know.
But he said even though.
What would you like to see push? I mean, you never know. Like,
that's where it becomes like.
What would you want?
I mean, what would you want, and what's gonna happen is two completely.
But what would you want?
Everybody
would
be
you
rich.
What would you?
And love everybody. Everybody ain't gonna be rich.
Nigga.
That's what you were talking about. It's not gonna happen. But everybody to be rich.
Because
money is the root of all evil, and if we don't have that evil, it's just gonna.
That's
be good.
small to me. I'm waiting for you, sis. I'm waiting for you on this one because you the spiritualist here.
Man,
I'm hearing you out.
What's y'all goals for 2021?
Be rich.
Okay, how you gonna get rich? What you gonna do?
Invest in Bitcoin. My dumb ass don't know nothing about it, but I'm gonna invest. That shit sounds good.
Let me interject. Hold on. Let me interject.
Before
y'all talk about that,
Bitcoins, okay.
Before y'all talk about that, the question that you had was what?
Like, what's the agenda?
What's the agenda that you would like
to see the
unfold?
president? Yeah, like to see the president. Like to see the president push.
It's a lot.
It's impossible though.
Like, it's
but just pick one thing. Like you would.
I just feel like they would not even be able to control. They're really meant to be put in that office.
Of course, they're puppets.
First off,
what they are there for.
Like, get that 2,000. Hey, I mean knocking on this door. Hey, you said 2,000.
Hey, we just like when Trump was in office. Trump got us the stimulus check. Everybody was like, okay, thank you, Trump, but keep on moving about your damn business.
I'm gonna say this though, and it's gonna be quite impossible for Biden,
you got to do
Trump, or whoever's in the White House. Is how do you have a unification of ideals? How can a commander in chief really live up to that title? What does that mean to be commander in chief? The chief, both Democrats and Republicans, people who hate you. We live in a nation who who hates each other and believe everything they see on TV. I have my constituents in China. Shout out to my Chinese people. They don't believe shit on TV. They don't believe in propaganda. We Americans, real Americanas, I don't care if you Republicans, Democrat, I don't care if you believe in QAnon. You believe everything you hear. Only if it benefits what you want to hear. The macro point of view, there's no macro point of view. It's just, when it really come down to it, a president being a commander-in-chief, somebody's going to hate them. Half the people is going to hate them. No matter who they are, if they're Republican.
That's just people in general. You're not going to be able to please everybody.
Especially in America, with these hidden ideals of, okay, he's Democrat, I'm a Republican, fuck that nigga. That unconsciously people think like that. And the thing is, even with Trump got a hold, when he was president, I'm not agreeing with some of the shit that came out of his mouth, some of the rhetoric. I don't agree. I do. I'm not gonna say I respect, but it's like this man did say everything he did say he kind of tried to do. He told the boys stand back and be proud. Them boys stand back and be proud. When he told you should go do an insurrection on the law, they did an insurrection. So technically everything he said, everything he said, and I don't agree with it. Everything he said, he kind of stood by in a sense. And even though it was negative, I don't like Trump and I don't like Biden. They're both, to me, it's weird. You know what I mean? I heard Trump is on that diaper Dan. I heard he have a diaper. You know what I mean?
I heard that too.
You know, and as far as for Biden, I heard he liked children. I don't know. This is conspiracy. I don't know.
Don't do that, man. We don't know that.
We don't know that for sure.
We don't know that for sure. We do. He was on the list of Epstein Island.
But he was cool with Trump though. Epstein. Like, I question everything.
He was on the list too.
I question everything. Like,
I know that it all leads back to.
I question
everything. Just the main thing. Why the fuck are we
What if
focused
Epstein
on
was
this?
alive today?
Like, it all lead back to the same shit. And I seen somebody say Pizzagate. Yes. All that is Pizzagate.
But you have to be. We can't just cut it off. We have to be informed about it. We just have to know about it.
For one, they're not gonna come out and inform you with anything.
Of course, not that.
It's a lot of that stuff that they want to keep secret.
I'm saying there's a lot of information out there for us to just be informed. Just to be informed.
But you gotta question that information though. Even you know, like, it's a lot of people, they believe everything. They only believe what they want to believe. You know what I mean? They don't want to hear the whole facts.
That's human nature, though.
Like, that's human nature. But like, shout out to my people who's not American. Like, they in the different countries, China, Brazil.
This the last time you're gonna goddamn respect America.
I'm just saying, bro. Like, they don't
disrespect my country.
When they see something on the news, they don't believe it. They see something in
Come on, white man.
They question it. I'm just saying. What I'm getting at is, us Americans, we see something, we automatically believe it. You always gotta, in America, this is how you gotta think. In America,
we're quick to react.
There's always an agenda with the government.
Of course.
If you see something, what else is happening that is beneficial for us to see this, that is helpful for them? You know what I mean? Like, and that's conspiracy level. But I'm just saying, I can give you a prime example. Just look up 9/11. You know, I won't go in detail about that. Or look up JFK. You know what I mean? I won't go in detail about that because that's borderline conspiracy. I don't want YouTube to monetize us. What I'm getting at is question everything you hear. The whole like, I feel like a lot of people who are extremists on the Republican and Democratic side, it's a design that is created by the government for you to feel like this. They want you to have extreme ideals, because if you are a Republican or a Democrat and you actually have a unification, you know what I mean? You actually have a like unification of anything. No, they want separationalism. They want religion to be separated.
How can they control?
But they don't want people to unify. Unify is very dangerous.
How they gonna control you if you?
They don't want. I have a friend right now. Shout out to you. You know who you are. He's a redneck. He's the reddest redneck of the rednecks that can be, besides the racist people. I'm friends with him. I really could call my friend Byron. You know who you are. What I'm getting at is the dangerous situation, and his name is niggerish, ain't it? The dangerous situation is this. I'm African American, and he's Caucasian. He believes in the Deep South. He does have a rebel flag. I have my different ideology, philosophies. I believe
chill.
in.
Y'all niggas kicking though.
We sit down. We talk for hours about everything. We get along.
That shit was
We get along. Like we
That
get
doesn't-
along.
that was the last
though.
straw.
What I'm getting at is the government do not want that. A black person to be cool with the opposite that they shouldn't be cool about, because the government, on a macro point of view, want separationalism. They do the parties. They don't. They want separation of race. They want separation of this and that. You really don't think so? There's a hidden agenda, and it's sad that the government or the people in this government or in this country is not really aware of that. Like the insurrection that happened, they're not aware of the government's plan to create separationalism. QAnon is a form of that, and that's conspiracy level. But anyway, we getting off the topic. I gotta start.
I feel like everybody knew that shit was coming, bro.
What?
That U.S. Capitol shit, bro.
I mean,
You can easily
some will
separate
argue.
the people.
Some will argue Trump did say, "Hey, go to the Capitol and
Yeah,
do that."
right.
Bazi.
Fucking all the fucking supporters.
I mean, I'm not mad at Trump. I'm gonna tell you why I like
That
Trump.
nigga started a cult.
I really
Mm-hmm.
really like Trump on this instance.
True,
You
but
were
that
ready
shit.
to operate though when he stepped in.
I like
was
Trump
like
on this
the
though.
times when people actually saw it.
Trump allowed me to see the country for what it really is.
Exactly.
When Obama was in there, you couldn't really see the country for what it is. Now I see the country for what it really is.
We needed this 4 years.
I needed to see that.
Yeah.
I want to know what we dealing with in the United States of America. People will argue, "Oh, Tim, I can't believe you would say that on TV. Why would you?" I didn't say I vote for him. I didn't say I love him. I said I like that it showed me what the country is like mentally, spiritually,
I think
emotionally.
we have seen enough with the lynching and the slavery and the killing and all that, y'all. Like, don't y'all think we done had enough?
No,
bullshit?
more people needed to see this because more and more people. Oh, you had a black president. That
it's-
proves
it's
racism's over.
brainwashing at the end of the day.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
We got 4 years of
only
racism.
one. That was
That was
one.
yeah.
Wait. Before you even talk, sis, I'm gonna let you speak your truth before I start wrapping this up. How my Caucasian friend think about this? This is serious now. This is awkward for you.
Say, hey man, don't put
Or
me in this
is it
shit.
really awkward. That's I don't know. How do you feel
Well,
about
I
that?
mean, I think like I don't have like a strong opinion here. Like for something like the statement, the past 4 years, seeing the country for what it is, and that is a thing you can like Trump for.
Right.
Well, like I don't know whether I think that like Trump allowed the true country to be seen and for it to be seen for what it is, or if the last 4 years were merely a reaction to Trump and several other factors
true.
like this.
That's hard to
This
see. I see what you're
increasing
saying.
polarization that's going through social media, and I think Trump certainly played a massive stake in that polarization. And I mean, and I think it can kind of even be like another narrative around that is, and I don't necessarily believe this one either, but it's like the one that I think is on the other side of seeing the country for what it is. I think it's like Trump got in there and he uses the rhetoric he uses, which really upsets the left-leaning people, or like even people with like some sort of sense of the politician, the president needs to have some level of decency. So it really upsets people, and it certainly upset like the left, and it made the left feel like radicalizing is what we need to do because we need to get as far as fuck away from what this guy is, and we need to fight this thing by radicalizing.
Right.
And then no matter what side radicalizes, if the right were to radicalize, the left would automatically become more radical.
have to.
And so if the left is radicalizing in reaction to Trump, it's causing the right to radicalize more. So I don't necessarily like. I think there's kind of this thing of this extreme reaction against Trump on one side, causing this support for Trump, which was maybe like normal level, start to escalate to where these fringe outsiders that really are
I can't tell the
racist
difference. I
fucking
agree.
pieces of shit, that they are getting more racist and they're getting actually angry because they feel like they have something to be angry at now.
Right.
Where like, sure, there was those fucking people that were pissed off, like, oh, there's Obama in the office, goddamn, like, you know, like
Right, we had that nigga in the office.
And but like,
that's really what he mean. We had that nigga in the office.
But they weren't doing doing this like Trump level presidency shit, and like but that's also because the left was very happy and they weren't radicalized during Obama. They were just like, everything's good, we fucking like this shit. So that's why those people were relatively inactive and not doing anything. They're just like yelling at their TV.
Right. It's weird. I feel
That
like,
was great. Like that was.
I mean, it's granted.
Yeah.
And
I say he have a strong opinion, but that was really strong. I like that.
I want to actually say, like, kind of to circle back to the radical centrist thing, and really like what I we've talked about. There's all these fucking narratives that people believe in. They collide. And that's why there's so much like fighting and feuding going on. And I feel like what I try to buy into, or like force myself to be in alignment with, is the whole meta narrative, where we're talking about just being aware that there's so many narratives, and it's not a good idea to fall into of them and believe in these things, but to understand them and consider and understand this is how people are operating and living their life and the lens they're seeing through. But like, I think what needs to happen, like I think the original question was like, what do you want to see happen, even though it won't, or it might not. I want to see this pull back from radicalization on all sides, and I want to see people start to have a greater sense of humor about the situation, and then start to like have these meaningful conversations of trying to mend things back in a meaningful, productive manner. And that
goes into the question I asked last podcast when we went live, like, where do we go from here? Like,
that's hard. That's so hard.
That's just a question you're gonna have to stick with for the next.
Surround yourself with people who have an agenda that's a form of positivism. You know what I mean? We have our differences. Me and Camboi, we have our differences. Trust me, we do. Me and Camboi do. But at the end of the day, I mean, shit, he's an artist just like me. He has an agenda that I feel like that he wants to be better at whatever craft he's doing. I can relate. I'm an artist myself. You know what I mean? So surround yourself with positive people. You may not agree with everything. Ted, there's a lot of shit he do on the show I don't agree with at all. Amari, I won't even mention anything. And as far as for Ted Sean, well, no comment. But what I'm getting at is
no comment.
What I'm getting at is, but if you can sit down and have a conversation, that's where it starts. If you can have a conversation without cutting each other heads off, destroying each other. I'm not about to get mad at Camboi because he's white or an alien and not really human, or because he had some makeup on his face for a mixtape cover or album cover, or he's making dope ass music. I wish I could make dope ass music. I'm not gonna hate on him for that and try to assassinate him for that. Bring him on the podcast. Let's talk about it. And we come to a form of an agreement on something. Hell, I know I've been drinking, but you get it.
Well, we got to end the show in a second, so I think I'll lead us off in a song. If y'all don't mind.
God.
Y'all ready? Heal the world.
This is Great Apes Cafe.
Make it a better place.
Like and subscribe and share.
For you and for me.
Before we end this situation.
Entire universe.
Great Scott.
There are people dying. If you
anybody got anything else to say to interrupt this nigga? Please.
Make a better
You got anything you guys?
And for me. Come on.
You got anything to say, sis?
For me. Heal the world.
You got anything to say?
Make it a better
all right, y'all.
place.
Y'all already know who it is. Great Apes Cafe. Timothy.
Before we actually end this, I'm going to say this. Before we wrap this up, give me like 2 minutes. So, Anonymous, we ain't going to see you in forever. I wish you in good journey. I wish you good spirit and good love.
Where you going?
On your adventure like Odysseus and the Odyssey. I'm not going to see you for
left
about
eye.
half a year. Shout out to Mark. Mark, I know you on the boat probably. By the time you see this, you on the boat digging up your ass.
Please.
Be safe.
Don't smoke the
Motherfucker.
cigar on the boat.
Do not smoke the cigar on the boat.
We don't know what that white man meant, but he was serious.
Oh, that man was serious. Yeah. You know who you are. Shout out to my homeboy with the boat smoking a cigar.
Beat it, beat it, beat it.
Anything else you got to say before I wrap this up?
I mean, I don't really have much to say. Y'all just stay safe.
We gonna miss you.
Stay positive. If y'all
I'm gonna see her in 6 months from now.
But it ain't like y'all ain't gonna see me. Come on now.
You see, we have some Zoom episodes,
We're gonna work it out.
This is Great Apes Cafe. I want you to check out my homeboy Camboi Smif music. What's the name of your project?
I don't feel well. I need attention. My artist name is Camboi Smif. That's CAMBOI space SMIF with one F.
With one F.
I hope you guys have a blessed evening and go with Christ. And
Go-
if you've been radicalized, don't stop that. Change your mind.
Like, subscribe, share, and listen to this music. It's definitely different. I fucks with it. This is Great Apes Cafe. Our brother is
Yeah.
Deuce. Love, respect. Done. Hey.
Nigga said done.
And I tell you what, if we still recording, get the music. I'm telling you, this man got some fire music.
For
That
real,
whole hour,
man.
23 tracks, an hour and some change.
I love it.
Listen to it. It's all on all social media platforms. Our brother is done. Our brother Deuce. A nigga Deuce.
Yo.